All right, shalom, shalom. All right, shalom, shalom. Adios, man. Shalom, shalom. All right. Birthday Hawa, birthday Hawa Shai, birthday Hawa, birthday Hawa Shai, call Hawaii Mahwa, Alhaina, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Kakudash. Bless you, Yahweh. Bless you in the name of the only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Spirit Holy or the Holy Spirit. Call Hawaii Mahwa, Alhaina, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Kakudash. All praises and glory to our power, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Kakudash. And giving, of course, double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone, the rest of the Aqua, the Brotherhood at Great Millstone, and of course the sincere Achim that are teaching the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai in sincerity and truth. And those believers that believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Hashem Kapadas, all right, striving, of course, for that election. Yahweh Ratazah, we be part of the elect. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners, like them onto the speckled bird that look like the heathen nations where they being scattered to. The lineage go back to Abraham and Isaac and Jacob. All right, the children of the promises. And Shalom. All right, this truth, of course, is for the Israelites. The Israelites have been scattered across the four winds, and thus they look like other nations, possibly, right? Of course. And it's no thing based on what your outward appearance is. The spirit bear witness with our spirit. That's most likely because you're a Jacob, Israelite. All right, going back to Jacob. All right. Of course, Jacob having, of course, what the progenitor of the 12 tribes of Israel, having the 12 tribes of Israel, and of course you have a election which starts with the prophets, the Nabiayim, which means prophets in Hebrew. 144,000 choice men who preach this word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Of course, you have a remnant as well, which are men, women, and children who are no prophets, but the Lord is going to have mercy upon as well. All right, all Israelites, regardless of what they look like. Okay. Of course, Shalom. So Shemya Mappa is a Mappa. Mayan Gawala Kamakana from the Great Millstone Plaintables can't locate it here. In the city of Philadelphia, I'm Mamadi Ma'ait. Come on, lesson, or we lesson. Zalamadi, this lesson, Mayabi. Just about our affliction being heard. And I was just meditating a bit earlier. Of course, us, we have to know whom we are. All right, first, that's the most important. We are the Israelites. Okay, so of course, consists of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and of course, the Israelite foreigners. Okay, like to the speckled bird being variegated, looking like heathen nations, but lineage going back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, which we try the spirit by the spirit. All right, so most important thing is understanding that we are in captivity, we are in slavery, we are in oppression. All right, and mainly we're here in Babylon the Great, which is America. All right, which is the mother of all harlots and such. Okay, and hey, this place embodies all of the philosophies that are contrary to the Lord. Okay, they embody polytheism, embody, of course, confusion, and really embody a culture that is detrimental to us as Israelites. Okay, because it's anti-life, it's anti-Hamashiach or anti-Messiah. All right, and we, of course, as believers, a lot of time, we afflicted and we groan. We groan most of the time and such. Most of the time, you're like especially when you wake up. It's like, man, I gotta go to work, or man, my body is beat, or my body is no functioning as we want it to be. being, of course, in these chains of darkness, being the flesh. We have to suffer and so many things. All right, but most important thing is our affliction is hard. Our affliction is hard. All right, and one of the main things that we have to realize and know, we have to cry back to our power. Okay, more than ever. I was just saying, I was even like at times, of course, when you get into your studying and such. Much study is weariness in the flesh, and I felt like I fell asleep a wee bit. Then I woke up again, and I'm like, Lord, I want to do a lesson. So I even prayed, Lord, give me the strength so I can, do the lesson, and He did. So the Wadi Yaba Shemel Shai Kaya, for answering me. I know Yathnia. All right. So, um, yeah, our affliction is hurt, and we have to look, of course, at times past. A lot of times, look into our history. Saki, I got this quattro just burning straight in my face. Saki. But yeah, we have to look back into our history and understand how our power delivered, the children of Israel, time and time again. Okay, um, and I'm just gonna start here, just in the spirit. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 18, and this is verse 6. And it reads, it says, As for the wondrous works of the Lord, there may nothing be taken from them, neither may anything be put unto them, neither can the ground of them be found out. All right. So there's nothing that can be taken from it. All right. Esau, Edom can't take away from our history that we were oppressed and still are continually oppressed to this day. Okay. That's another good precept. Let me see. I think that's in the book of Baruch, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see that. Let's see if I can find that. This is a newer Bible. And we're still in captivity. Let's see this. Where is this in this Bible? This newer Bible. Baruch, 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 Baruch. All right. So this is Baruch chapter 3 and 8. And it reads, it says, Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity. Right, we're yet this day in our captivity. One thing understanding about the book being the Bible, all right, which the Apocrypha is a part of the original King James authorized version. Okay, so these books, of course, that most people have a King James Bible. Most of them don't have this in there. Have the Apocrypha. All right, but of course, they are of the truth because King James was an Israelite himself. Okay, he was a so-called black man. If you didn't even know that too. All right. Um, and like I said, this book is a prophetic book. Okay, it says, "Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us." And as I've spoken, you have it different Israelites. They're going to come looking like other nations because of the scattering, this diaspora. We are under all nations under the sun and such. Okay, you have Israelites in Russia. You have Israelites in Slovakia. You have Israelites in Serbia. You have Israelites in Africa. You have Israelites in Europe. You have Israelites in um, Holland, and you got Israelites, over in the Middle East. You have Israelites all about the earth. Okay, and we've been scattered, but we're still in captivity. Okay, we're still in subjection under Esau Edom. Okay, which Esau Edom, he has control of the earth. The wicked, all right, as the earth has been given onto the hand of the wicked. The Edomites, they have control of the earth. They call themselves to be wheat, but they're nay. Okay, they're nay, of course, wheat. They're actually red or Adawam. Okay, um, lacking the melanin and such. Okay, and they control the earth. Okay, the banking system. All right, the money. All right, all of that is controlled by the Edomites. All right, being at the heat, the major banking families such as the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, DuPonts, and etc. All right, just to name some. All right, we're still underneath these Edomites. We're still in captivity. We're no free to day what we want. You have to get a passport just to get granted. You have to get a passport just to be able to enter another port, right? You know, um, another country and such. Then on top of that, depending on your actual reason to stay, you have to get different visa, different permissions granted onto you to be able to be within these countries, for certain, uh, whatever reason it may be. You can't just go to a country, you know, um, and be another citizen and just go over there and work without being granted, of course, the permission to do so, given the certain credentials today. So, if you do, you're subject to different various penalties and such. Okay, like and hey, that's one of the main reasons. I just like when I was in the world when I began to travel, abroad and such. I was like, damn, like, what, they all looking all into like I'm just a person like you come across you know like you travel right, and then you're on the you're on the the plane, and then you have all these other citizens. You got EU citizens coming in and other citizens, but I gotta be since I'm this American so-called American citizen and such. All right, you gotta go snoop all into my reasons for being over in the other country which we ruled. All right, say particularly, I'm talking about Scotland and such. Coming into you know um, to Glasgow or something. The airport over in Glasgow. Hey, they're all want to know what's your they're literally drilling you. Where you're staying, where you're getting, how long you gonna be there. All of that and such. That's captivity. That's oppression and such. It's meddling. Into others' affairs and such. And it's yeah. It took even though like it took you started to go and more. It's all spiritual too. Countries start to see you start to go over there more frequently. They see that Shalom if you're on the comment board. Um, yeah, they countries start to see that you're coming there. Beyond just holiday stays and such. Even though it is so-called holiday, right? So-called holiday or vacation. All right, which we don't get vacations here. We're still in oppression. All right, but they'll start to ask less and less questions and such. Especially it going like most of the time you know hey even if you go moving towards so-called marriage and such to one of their citizens or something like that hey they start to see as part of their own or something like that. Which, like I said, most Scots, which most of them just are just looking like E over there, and most of them Scots are Israelites. Some of the most friendliest Jake and very very hard. I would say they're very hard. Um, very hard. Definitely, and they I saw it. I felt it and such. Um, physically. I'm speaking particularly in the realm of jujitsu and such, right? So, yeah, so, yeah, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments. We're subject to payments. Again, just to be able to get that passport, you have to pay for it. Okay? You have to pay, one to get the photos. Photos, yeah, you gotta pay for that. Then you got to pay for whatever documents if you may have them. Birth certificate, license, driver license, and the different application fee just to actually get the actual passport. Esau Edom has all of that, in a racket to make money off of Jake. All right, because you are, as he sees you, as his property. All right, we are yet this day in our captivity. So we have to be, as the children of Israel, um, in the hands of somebody. All right, and we are. Okay, we read in Deuteronomy, some of the different curses. You know, hey, it tells us. I'm gonna just get that one because just it's a good precept. The Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, and remember Shalom. Remember this actual page, Great Millstone Daily Bread. Really, I'm on the Great Millstone Truth One page, but I'll cycle back and forth because brothers, if you can subscribe to GMS Truth One, you just write out GMS Truth One, and you'll see it come up with a Scottish, like you'll see it like the coat arms or the old rampant lion flag. You can subscribe there because just in case I get another strike or something like that, they see any videos up, they will video on the other page or vice versa. Videos will go on that page, and however way I did, So we'll continue. So Army 28, and it says, um, it says 28, Deuteronomy 28 chapter, and I'll tell you here. Damn, so I can need some tissue. It says, I'm sorry, 47 says, because thou serve not the Lord thy God, that parent with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord Yahweh shall send against thee in hunger and thirst. All right. And in nakedness, and the one of all things. All right. Definitely going back to slavery and, like old slavery, us being on the slave ships, being naked and such. All right. And even of today and such. Hey, man, we're totally exposed here and such, man. We're exposed to obviously the treacherous dealings of Esau Edom. The one of all things, with us having to go to him for granted the permission for all things and such. All right, he have to be in your business. What's your reason? If you got the police come up to you, what's your reason for being here? Are you from this neighborhood? You get pulled over, caught, right? they're always looking into things and such, right? You can't just free roam. And most like I said, he ain't under the curses, so he can just, well, even though the curses start to fall upon him, but they could just be anywhere and such, and nobody actually questions them and such. That's that whole eat Adawam privilege, all right, or wheat prison privilege, as they like to call it, even though they're native white. They only got that, gave themselves that in what's that, 1681 in Virginia. But yeah, man, this was put upon us, man. Hunger and thirst and nakedness and one of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Okay, crazy, man. All right. Now give me a wee moment. I gotta go get some I gotta go get just some tissue. Just give me a moment. Blow my nose. Qua. Which means wait. Alright, pardon. So I'm back. I'll show up. I'm back. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna go back to this. It says, behold, we are yet, this is Baruch chapter 3:8. It says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach, a shame, and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquity of our fathers, which we are our fathers, coming back in a regeneration, a reincarnation, back in the flesh. And as they were cursed, we are cursed still. All right. Till Yahweh Shai, all right, Yahweh, the Most High, sends his son Yahweh Shai to lift up all their curses and deliver us, okay, being the Israelites of the hopefully elect, all right, which would be, Lord willing us. And of course, the rest of Israel, they'll be delivered via, the rest of Israel that get destroyed. You got 2/3 die here in Babylon, the Great America. Judgment's gonna be going out for Israelites across, the world. And they'll come back and do the seed of the elect. They'll be ultimately that's a form of a deliverance. Because it's hey man, it's we're oppressed day in day out. Loads of the time, like, you could be going through so much oppression, you just don't want to be here and such. I'd be like sometimes, like me, I'm like, man, I don't even want to go to work. We gotta go to work. We're subject to payments. I go out, pay, silly rent payment. For these different apartments and places you really probably wouldn't want to be. But it's just we gotta do the best for what we can can withstand while we're in Babylon in captivity and such till we get the kingdom. All right, till we get the best of the best. All right, which we're gonna be, like I say, headquarters in Yashala in Israel, and when it's cleansed, and hey, we're gonna be able to go abroad, and go all across the universe. All right, in the Father's house is many mansions. All right, so yeah, so we have to understand. Yeah, we are in captivity, and we're in captivity in spiritually Egypt. Okay, which understand, if you go back to the curses, because hey, we gotta understand whom we are to understand, what we're our story and what we're going through. Most Jake, they know, like I said, you may have a zeal already, like, yeah, I went through these things, but it was not told. to you actually via the scriptures. That's what we're doing the new. We're telling you the truth through the scriptures. Slacky, if there's any background noise from these kids, Yahweh Tazai make them flee, or yeah, get away. But it's Deuteronomy the 28th chapter again, and I'm just gonna go down to the last verse, which it tells you that uh, it says, "And Yahweh shall bring unto thee, uh, bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way whereof I speak unto thee." And we know that the ancient Israelites were in Egypt, and of course those same spirits are back again. All right, and they were brought, and we're still, we're still here in the day of our captivity. We've been brought here to spiritual Egypt, which I'm gonna get, into Babylon the Great, America. All right, I'll bring to Egypt again because we were in captivity in Egypt, Montezarium. Okay, but he made that place flourish, and then here in modern day Egypt. Okay, which is America, if you can get it. By the way, there I spake unto you, thou shalt not see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. All right, and no man shall redeem us. Okay, all right. It's gonna take Yahweh Shai, all right, to redeem us. All right, that's our deliverer. Okay, all these different leaders, um, um, come up. The Lord ain't really dealing with these other like these leaders that came up. Leaders that, like you say, like your Marcus Garvey, your Martin Luther's, all these different so-called black. And you got all the other nationality leaders and such of Israelites, but they couldn't save us. Ultimately, a lot of times you end up finding out they they had little deals with these different um, so-called secret organizations and such, you know, which that whole occult and such. But yeah, man. So I'm gonna go now because we brought again into Egypt. So this is the book of that was Revelation. I'm gonna get Revelation. It's Revelation 11 and 18, I believe. All right, Sakya. We'll check on the comment board as well. Let me see. All right, just to check. So this is Revelation chapter 11. Okay. And 18. Osaka is not 18. 11 and 8. It says, "And their bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which is spiritually is called Sodom in Egypt, where also Lord was crucified." All right, it's being prophetic. And the Israelites, okay, that have wandered out of the way of understanding, thus making them dead, deed, dry, all right, spiritually. Okay, if they don't have the proper nourishment, all right, they're going to be very, very dry. All right, the living waters, they're even deprived of that. Okay, because for a time, hey, the Lord had the curses. The Lord unlocked that truth, and brought back his men back, which is going into different of course elders and apostles, and high priests and such, John the Baptist, Abba Bivens, being Elijah, okay, um, which will be sent back before the great terrible day of the Lord, all right, and waking us up to the truth that we are Israelites and us getting it, of course, through the apostles and others here in Great Millstone, you know, coming up on the internet and such. Now we getting, of course, this water, which is flowing at them, you know, because of course, you know, uh, our apostles and elders that hey, they got all out of their their belly, their mind is pouring abundance of truth, abundance of answers and such, you know. And then what it do, it exhorts you to pray, exhort you to call on some of your power, so that of course, you can draw nigh and be recovered, all right, be nourished, okay. Because it's speaking about prayer is another thing that helps revive you and such. That's part of our affliction being heard is praying. All right. Right. So it says, and they of the people and the kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in the grave. All right. And yeah, it goes into some more stuff. And you got the 350-year period and such. What's that from? Like around roughly 1970 to, well, 16. What's it? The 1619. It's like 1970. I believe it might maybe be that. That 350 year period. All right, let me try to open this back again. Okay. It says I'm gonna keep going. Slack it, yeah, you can hear the noise of these bloody kids at Slack it. This never happens, but I guess you know, do a lesson and going on. Yeah, the brother put a precept about the praying. That's good. I'm gonna bring that up. It says, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the power entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and a great fear fell upon them which saw them. Okay, and hey, the Edomites, they see us. All right, you know, they see us. They seeing us with this wisdom, this knowledge and understanding that has entered us. The breath has entered us. You know, the spirit of life. All right, that has entered us. Okay, and now, like I say, you got great fear that's fallen upon them. But that comes from us. Going fast forward. Us now that we wake up, we start to cry, and our uh, communication is being heard. All right. This is, I think I may have been reading that Ephesians that the brother got up here. Kingdom Driven 144. All right. Yep. So, and I'm gonna go now. The point being that our dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom in Egypt. So this here, and it's here. Hey, the Lord is hearing us. I know the Lord is hearing us where you've been scattered, but putting the concentration here on Babylon the Great America, where the major deliverance is going to be. Saying that the Lord going to deliver elect out all these different places and such. Just have we scattered us, He will gather us. All right. Um, but I'm gonna go to you had it in times past. We got to look, of course, into our fathers, our forefathers, and our history. We would complain too, and the Lord heard us. So, there's nothing new under the sun, as it said, which I'll get that in the book of Ecclesiastes. Let me see. Ecclesiastes. It's Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, and this is verse Slack. 1 and 9. Slack. I'm looking at 3 and 9. Slack. Right? Yeah, this is Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. It says, "The thing that has been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. There is no new thing under the sun." All right. Is there anything where it may be said, "See, this is new"? It shall be. It has been already of old time, which was before us. In old time, hey, we cried. All right, which I'm gonna show that in the book of Exodus, the 3rd chapter. Okay, this is the book Exodus, the 3rd chapter, and or actually, I'm gonna start in the 2nd chapter. All right, and um, it says, "And it came to pass in the process of time that the king of Egypt died, and the children of Israel sighed by reason of bondage." All right, now I can go into the word for sigh. All right, which is a common word when you talking about, when you going through something, you sigh loads. Okay, like like say like even like I said, loads of our we like say like for example when you go like I remember one of my major sighs. I remember when I had to come back to Babylon the Great. Here again from being over in Scotland and such. I used to hate it. I used to hate it so much, and it's like I said, man. Like I said, I haven't even documented like wow, like when I was signed, I was just like it was damn near I am the Mariam. There are no words. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna go to this for sigh. Uh, yeah, they sigh by reason. Okay. Of the bondage. All right. So sigh is anach, anach in the Hebrew, which is to sigh or groan in pain or grief, gasp. All right, got moan. All right, so anach means to sigh. All right, it's a verb, and it means to moan. All right, it's like if you're hurting, you mourn. Okay, it's also means to mourn, or you're sighing or groaning. All right, and by the reason of their bondage. Okay, which is going to ibada. All right, which is our labor, our service. Okay, our basically our servitude and such. All right, tillage. All right, the work. All right, and it reads up. It reads on. It says, I'm gonna go back 23. Read it in the Bible. It says in the Sakya, it says here, and it came to pass, and read back in Exodus chapter 2 and 23. And it came to pass in the process of time that the king of Matazar of Egypt died, and the children of Israel, that's who were oppressed by the Hamites, which are another dark race people, but not, of course, the same as the Israelites. Okay, they're heathen. They come out of Ham or Hum, which means hot, all right, which is so-called Africans and such. Egypt being one of the sons of Ham. All right, but it says um, the children of Israel sighed by reason of the bondage, and they cried, and their cry came up unto the power by reason of the bondage. Okay, let me look into the reason. All right, which is mun. It means fun from, usually in Hebrew. I'm gonna look it up. You got mun in Hebrew, which is means from or out. All right, or it means like from or out of, and yeah. So yeah, from the reason that are out of their bondage, or they're out of bondage, and they cried and it came out. And they cried came up unto the Most High by the reason of their bondage. All right, and cry goes into uh, Shawaya, which is our Shawai. I believe sometimes like because I got Shawai, which is the root. That's a Sha, a one, I. Shawaya or Shawai, which means a cry for help. A halun, okay, which is a cry or shouting for help. Okay, free him from some trouble, right? If we're to this day in our day of our captivity, we have to want freedom from some trouble. Okay, we got all these different distresses, that we want to be delivered out of. Okay, there's Esau, Edom. We know that we're the children of Israel because Esau, Edom, he ain't trying to get delivered out of any distresses like us. He don't even have to go through the different distresses we go through. All right, this man can keep his doors open and no have to lock them in his neighborhoods. When you come around, then he's freaking out. Then he's locking his door, getting his gun ready to blast on you because he obviously knows he's at enmity with you. All right, and that yeah, the Lord made us. There's a great gulf fix. A separation between the children of Israel and of course the Edomites. All right, but this man is in his heaven and new. In his prosperity. And like I say, the Jake is in his Shawa as hell in this low state. Okay? And of course, as we were in times past, in ancient Egypt, being oppressed, we're here being oppressed anew. And the Lord is going to hear and is hearing what we are crying about. Okay? And is going to deliver us, giving us freedom out of troubles. All right? Padah. Let me see. Redeem Israel from its distresses. I gotta see if I can find that. It's in Psalms. J. Cook. Yeah, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 25 and 22. Psalms of the volume. I thought it was going to be a short lesson. 25 and 22. It says, redeem Israel, O power, out of all his troubles. Okay? Right, it's Israel that's in trouble. All right, the new. We got different distresses. Our Tazarah, when you go into it, you got Tazarah Wath, Yawah, which is Tazarah Wath. You want to the distresses, plural. And you got Yawah is his. All right, you got loads of troubles, man. All right, so we got to get out of these different um, troubles. And it's going to take Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. All right, the Lord, is going to deliver us. All right. Um, let's uh, go back to where we was at. I remember. Oh, so we was in uh, Exodus chapter 2, right? So it says, this is Exodus chapter 2 and 24, and the power of Elohim heard their groaning. Elohim just mean gods or powers, all right, being the angels, all right, heard their groanings, and Elohim remembered, which obviously the Lord gonna hear. I hear the groanings, pass it down to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, all right, and they get it, okay, they get exactly what obviously we talk about. Everything is done. Angels and that's nothing but messengers, okay. We put up prayers, they are given, you know, angels, and then they give it to Yahweh Shai, bam, you know, given to the Most High. All right, but it says in the Elohim, or God, and God heard their groaning, and Elohim, or powers, remembered his covenant with Abraham and Isaac and with Jacob. Right. So it wasn't, like you said, the Lord looking down on the children of Israel. All right, the saints. Okay, so it's not like, oh, like, if you look right now in New Egypt, the same is going down. We never changed. All right, we're the same people. Okay, you can't just say, oh, I'm going to hear the other nations. No, it's only the Lord's dealing only with the nation of Israel. All right, and being oppressed. It says, in the power of the Most High, Yahweh Shemel Shai, looked upon the children of Israel, and the Elohim had respect unto them. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to Exodus chapter 3, and I think it was, uh, this is Exodus chapter 3. I'm going to just go to 7, just straight to the point. You got Masha and the whole, the burning bush and such, right? It says, uh, I'm going to just start here at verse 6. It says, moreover, he said, I am Elohim of thy father, the Elohim are the powers of Abraham, the powers of Isaac, and the power of Jacob. And Moses, hid his face, for he was afraid to look upon power. Okay, powers. And the angel, or Saki and Yahweh, pardon, said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people which are in Egypt. Okay, and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters, our oppressors. Okay, for I know their sorrows. Right, and as I showed you, hey, if we would have to be in sorrows, in troubles, all right. And the Lord will, of course, know them because He had placed them upon us. All right, He put these different curses on us, and He let us go off, so that He could punish us, ultimately to bring us back and redeem us. All right. Um. So then, this is right here. This is going to be the book of Baruch, chapter 2, or no, chapter 1, and I'll start at verse 16. And to our kings, and to our princes, and to our priests, and our prophets, and to our fathers, for we have sinned before the Lord and disobeyed Him, and we have not hearkened or listened or obeyed unto the voice of the Lord our power, our Elohim, right? And I will be an hour, Elohim, being God, and powers, to walk in the commandments that He gave us openly. Okay? You Moses, Masha, right? And there's all different type of commandments the Lord placed, us the ordinances to follow. All right, the men of the Lord. It says, since the day that the Lord brought our forefathers out of the land of Matazar or Egypt unto this present day. Okay? This is prophetic. Okay? We have been disobedient unto the Lord our power, and we have been negligent in not hearing his voice. All right, and aren't our people negligent in not hearing his voice? The Lord has his voice via the prophets out there preaching. God, Jacob just walked by and scoff and laugh. All right, let me see what y'all got on the comment board, because I know y'all going in on this comment board, and I have been a bit negligent in hearing the word, the comment board, because I haven't had it up, so I'm gonna see it. So pardon, or yeah, there's Salah. All right, so let me get that. Let me see. Damn, it just was up. Let me check if they got the history on this thing. I can bring it up. Y'all can still hear? Y'all can still hear? All right, yeah. All right, cool. Let's check it. Check. Yeah, if any thing like mess up on here, just let me know. But I think everything is good. So yeah, let me see. All right, let me see. This is Isaiah 63:17. O Lord, why hast thou made us to err from thy ways? Right. So, hey, the Lord, he made us to err against his ways and stuff, only to bring us back. You know, right? It says, and harden our neck. We were stubborn from thy fear. Return for thy servant's sake. And it says, the tribes of thine inheritance. We are of the Lord's portion. All right. It says, yeah, so we know both sides. Yeah, we got to know, of course, both good and evil. All right. Because that's godly to know, of course, the good and evil. The false balance with the Lord is an abomination, but just wait is the Lord's delight. Roughly paraphrasing and such. All right. And the Lord Yahweh, your son Yahweh Shai, is raising up, of course, the judges first, the men, all right, of Yasha Allah, the hopefully elect, the 144,000. They judging matters and such, man, you know. But I'm going back. It says, I'm gonna go back now. There's another precept in Isaiah, I think, too. That's it might be in that. No, well, it's another one in Baruch that could go match with that too. Because when you talk about, well, making us err from thy ways, um, let me see. Hold up. Let me see something. Let me see. Let me see something. We've been separated from our power because we've been separated, and then the Lord had to reconcile the relationship. So let me see something. Isaiah chapter 59 and verse 2, it says, but your iniquities have separated between you and your power, and your sins have hid his face from you, that he will not hear. All right. Right. All right. Brother also got Jeremiah 15, King of Driven 144. It says that it has Jeremiah, Jeremiah chapter 15 and 6, it says, thou hast forsaken me, said the Lord, thou hast gone backward. Therefore will I stretch out my hand against thee and destroy thee. I am weary with repenting. Okay? And the Lord, like I said, he at the time he wasn't dealing with us. And hey, Lord, we drunk of that cup, you know. But the Lord has mercy through Yahweh Shai, bringing us back. It says, and I will fan them with let me see, what's this? Yeah, with a fan in the gates of the land, and I will bereave them of my children. I will destroy my people since they return not from their ways. Right? And our people have been destructured, to the point they've been degenerated. They declined from their original state. You see Jake out there. Jake think it's normal to be, you know, uh, smoking, drugs, or even injecting drugs, and committing adultery and robbing and thieving, and no having shame for it. Fit, it's like what the hell, you know. Like I said, we've all been in that, in that estate where we thought was normal, to do certain of them things, man. And it sucked, It's, like I said, it sucked, right? When you end up, because like I said, you gotta be honest. Like in Christianity, like we know about adultery, but we don't really understand it like that. Like you have it as nothing for a pastor, no, though we know it's wrong. Pastors would just go, and they be Israelites. And most of these pastors may be Israelites, um, but you got Edomites being pastors and other nationalities too. They could be Israelite foreigners too. But you got like, that's like a normal. They gonna go commit adultery. Different leaders supposed to be leaders of the people committing adultery and stuff like that. Normal. Like I said, not having a fear of adultery. Adultery arise. Like it's a sin. Is a offense that can be committed. Punishable unto death, but you'll still go and dead. You know things like that. Like you see our women. It's nothing for them to be promiscuous. And no have the loyalty unto their husband. And that's how we was as a nation. We are no loyal to our husband. All right, be how about Shimon al Shai. All right, and so the Lord, hey, he really gave us over to destruction us. All right, now, uh, yeah, the brother said, "Kind brother, every generation got worse." Yeah, and we the same generation coming back now. Back in ancient Rome, you know, back in ancient Egypt, but this being the worst, because this is the worst of the kingdoms. All right, this is the worst. This has embodies all of the kingdoms. All right, all of you know the philosophies. Packed into one. It's super Catholic, meaning universal. They want to universalize Israelites into the culture that's foreign from us. All right, it makes us weak. This stuff makes us weak, being like the heathen and such. It's like putting on a shirt that don't fit. That's how, and Jake do that. They that. You'll see Jake walking down the street with one Israelite man with he'll have a shirt that damn near don't fit. It's like a extra small. And you like, what are you doing? Like, dude, your belly button is you're exposed, you're naked. And Jake think it's normal. And that's how he go out here for us and such. He as it tell you what's that Habakkuk? It tell you in Habakkuk that there's that two like maybe like 15 or something like that. And Habakkuk or Habakkuk. Let me see if I can get it. Alright, I might make some good beside me. Should never meditate on food. Stocky man, where is this at? Habakkuk. It's bad when you go in one Bible, you get used to that, then you go into your old Bible, and it's like, dang, where's my Habakkuk at? Bad. It's Habakkuk 2:15 though. I might just have to pull it up in the other new one, the old, this new one, because I'm trying to get used to this newer one, so I can plan. Let me see. It says that basically give thy neighbor thy bottle to drink, and look upon his nakedness. That's what I'm looking for real quick. I can't believe this. Slide it. You see me really do the whole Bible and stuff for one book. Oh man, I can't. Yeah, there we go. All right, so you got Habakkuk or Habakkuk chapter. Actually, 2 is 2:15. It says, "Woe unto him, or destruction to him, unto him that giveth his neighbor and his neighbor drink, and puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness." Right. So, hey, we have, of course, Esau, Edom, a wicked, evil twin brother that gave us these different philosophies. All right, and what he has done. These philosophy has completely degenerated Jake. They're destroyed. Jake will look at your girl, your woman, your wife, and want to talk to her. You know, you like, damn, you what? You know, um, Jake. They see Jake see like a certain person have a good house. They might see he got money. They'll try to get to that money, try to steal his car. Try to kill. Maybe you don't even like him. You're just jealous of him. I being evil towards his brother. Hey, just kill him. Take him out. I don't like him. I just don't like him. Got a spirit of damn jealousy on him. You know, all sorts of things. But Esau, Edom gave these different things. But yeah, man. It says, yeah, that's it. I'm gonna leave it right there. Now I'm gonna go back to. Let's see. Keep looking on the comment board too. Because all the curses in the sin, yeah. So this is uh back to Baruch chapter 1, and it says in verse 17, "For we have sinned before the Lord, and disobeyed him, and not hearkened unto the voice of the Lord our power to walk in the commandments." All right, your way of life, your walk, or Daraka, all right, your walk is supposed to be in the commandments that he gave us openly. Since the day that the Lord brought our forefathers out of the land of Egypt, ancient right, unto this present day, we have been disobedient unto the Lord our power, and we have been negligent in not hearing his voice. Um, Wherefore the evils or bad times cleaved unto us. We got all sorts of bad times, different diseases we suffer from. Okay, we have to deal with that. We gotta deal with depression. Being like out in anywhere, you can just feel sick. Like no, like I'm fighting something. Being you get in contact with these different people, these other Jake, they be sick and ill, and then he said, and then the Lord also he'll hey, the Lord hit you so you can cry onto him and that he can heal you. You know. That's why it's always good to pray, right? As the brother had put up earlier in Ephesians chapter 6 and 18, Kingdom Driven 144, he says, praying always with all prayer and supplications in the spirit or begging, and watch thereunto with all preservation or perseverance and supplication for all saints. Okay. Yep. Yeah, we gotta be always in praying. Pray unceasingly. All right. So going on, it says, yeah, back to Baruch chapter 1 and 20. It says, wherefore the evils cleaved unto us, and the curse which the Lord appointed by Mashar Moses, his servant, at the time that he brought our fathers out of the land of Egypt, to give us the land that floweth with milk and honey, like as it is to see this day. Nevertheless, we have not hearkened unto the voice of the Lord our power, according to all the words of the prophets who he hath sent unto us. But every man followed his own imagination, his own, thinkings and such, right? Of his own wicked heart, his own wicked mind, to serve strange gods and to do evil in the sight of the Lord. Jake following JC, following Cesare Borgia, they following Allah, they following Buddha, they following these different philosophies of law of attraction and all sorts of things and such, man, under the sun. You're like, what the hell? Jake, like I said, you got Jake that be, like I said, they be into like Buddhist temples. I mean, I've seen all sorts of things. Like, damn. And like I said, you got Israelite foreigners, so you got even Jake, like I said, Jake that don't even look like I say, like so-called Latino in America, but they'll still be following these other gods, even though they Israelites. They didn't know that they Israelites. So, but now they're they hear this truth. The Lord, they can get it. The Lord have them, hear and repent. You know, it says, therefore, the Lord hath made good his word which he pronounced against us, which the Lord is not a man as he lie, and against our judges that judge Israel. So also our judges, you know, are receiving these punishments and stuff. David talked about how he was in captivity. He would go into I think it says he would go into captivity. A king would go into captivity. All right. I think it might be in Deuteronomy. But anyway, it says in against our kings and against our princes and against the men of Israel and Judah, both kingdoms, to bring upon us great plagues, curses, diseases, right, such as never happened under the whole heaven, as it came to pass in Jerusalem according to the things that were written in the Torah of Mashah, or law of Moses. All right, that a man should eat of the flesh of his own son and the flesh of his own daughter. And that happened in time past. All right, it will happen again. All right, hey man, they talking about these. Like I said, these different plagues coming. Of lack of food. Hey, Jake gonna be out here going back to some cannibalism and such. You know, the Edomites gonna besiege this damn place. You know, it's like it. But hey, look, listen. It says this is verse 7, Baruch chapter 2 and 7. For all these plagues are come upon us, which the Lord had pronounced against us, yet we have not prayed before the Lord. All right. Yet we have not prayed before the Lord, Hey, and it says in that we might turn everyone from the imaginations of his wicked heart. So, hey, praying to the Lord actually turn you also away from the imagination of your wicked heart. Because you will pray and the Lord put a spirit on you. Because a lot of times, like I said, we be just dealing with different spirits and such. We dealing with, like, you'll be sitting there, you might hear some rap music or something like that. Whatever. You might hear, like, I might hear like some heavy metal and such, some some fucking deathcore and deathcore. Um I hear like some screamo or something, or was it like scream, like they call it like screamo, or post hardcore. Like that was like my favorite genre. Like when I was like younger, it's like before, prior to the truth and such. I mean, hey, I'm in the flesh. I still like the whole double bass and all of that type of stuff, and different guitars and stuff. Hey, to the Lord, obviously, get me right completely, because look, hey, like them certain obviously them vibrations, they actually bring death and such, you know, and like it's like chaotic and such. But yeah, like you can hear some heavy metal. I know, like I said, some screamo, deathcore. That shit that gets you in the spirit. You might hear something like this dude sitting there screaming about some about like you didn't give me a chance. Just give me a chance and I'll get back to you or something like that. And then you'll go and you're fucking trying to now get back with your like get back with somebody or something from times past or something. I'll put spirits on you and such. Like yeah, it might like get you like I said, I know if you listen to heavy music or something, certain beats and stuff make you drive faster or something like that. You know, yeah, it can like influence you and such. But yeah, man, so we gotta pray, hey, pray the Lord, obviously, keep preserve us and such from these different spirits and stuff, man. Which ultimately, like I said, the elect got that coverage. There's no enchantments against Jacob, nor there's no enchantments against Jacob. Neither it's Numbers 23 and 23. Damn, I can't remember. Numbers chapter 23 and 23. It says, surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither any divination against Israel. Right? According to this time, it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what had the Most High wrought? Okay, the power is wrought. Okay? And, like I said, we got to pray. Our affliction being heard is from us praying. Okay? It's saying that we have not prayed before the Lord that we might turn everyone from the imagination of his wicked heart. Wherefore the Lord watched over us for evil, and the Lord hath brought it upon us. For the Lord is righteous in all his works which he hath commanded us. All right? Hey, which is, like I said, you can't say that Most High is wicked for, doing these things. He's still just power. Okay? It says, yet we have not hearkened unto his voice to walk in the commandments of the Lord that hath set before us. Like I say, pray unceasingly. That's part of a commandment, okay? The commandments. And now the power, the Lord, the power of Israel that hath brought thy people out of the land of Egypt with a mighty hand, Yahushua, in high arm, and with signs, and with wonders, and with great power, and has gotten thyself a name as appeared this day. O Lord, we have sinned, we have done ungodly, we have dealt unrighteously in all thy ordinances. All right, let thy wrath turn from us, for we are but a few left among the heathen wherein thou hast scattered us. Yeah, you only gonna have, like I said, these elect that's gonna be a remnant that's praying, okay, and being heard and seen. All right, here are prayers, O Lord, our petitions, and deliver us from for thine own sake, and give us favor or grace in the sight of them which have led us away, in the heathen. All right, Esau, Edom primarily. All right, that all the earth may know that thou art the Lord, because Israel and his prosperity is called by thy name. Okay. And now, let me see. Where's this one more scripture I was looking for? Say like, cause we remember we would be crying out, our affliction being heard. This is the book of Second Esdras, the 15th chapter. I'll check on this comment board. We bet. Moving to the close of the lesson. Like I said, I did this all in the spirit, just with a couple other precepts. Yeah, brother said, yeah, this is Babylon 2.0. Hell special. Shout wall. Special edition is something else. Yeah, it's freaky as hell. You know, you can walk outside and somebody of the alphabet community can, try to throw themselves on you, or be looking at you, staring at you, like trying to hit. You could jump in the car, Uber or something, the person you think is a particular kind and it's no, and you got to be fine with it. All sorts of things, go down in this place. It's a place of confusion, Babylon, which that's what Babal means. All right, or Babylon or Babal in the Hebrew. All right. It says, Khan and the brother, yeah, truth of the Bible, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai is forever, I belong, right? It says, Khan, brother, music have different vibrations, different spirits that enter in you. Yeah, because remember, we mostly water anyway, too. Like you said, like loads of time, like, I'm not sure if y'all can hear in the background. Like, I usually got like them different frequency musics on and stuff, like, and like, that's what I pretty much mainly have turned to, like, within my dwelling. I listen to different R&B and different different stuff. Rap and different like I like alternative. I like Incubus. Certain these different. It's like I'm Banaparium. And yeah, Banaparium. I'm an Ephraimite, son of Ephraim. Um, like I said, I'm real diverse. So a lot of Ephraimites and stuff. I don't know a lot of tribes in general. Like you got Jake and everything. So Jake being all, be on the scene. And like I said, you got most of these Israelites, they'd be, like I said, they just Israelite foreigners a lot of time. That's talented, looking like heathen and stuff. But we be on the scene and stuff, and then, like I said, we just turn the place out. But like I said, just imagine the amount of spirits that was on. What's imagine the amount of spirits that be on you to do moshing, that encourage you to be running around like moshing, just like that, spinning in circles, all type of stuff, throwing elbows, slamming your fist, all sorts of things and stuff. That's definitely, and you see, like I said, these different spirits, demonic spirits, when they be playing at them different church, like him, like them fake church, like the music that they be doing, where they people talking about they got Holy Ghost or something like that. They fucking them people be freaking out like you could put it just like just look like heavy metal and like church or something like that, and you can see people pretty much going freaking out just like them different because they just demons and stuff that's on people, you know, and it just influence the person. They change them to have a certain action and stuff. Somebody got the Holy Spirit, they sitting there shivering and acting like this, falling out and stuff, and just acting all crazy and like yeah. So it's a lot of different spirits out there. Yeah, like you said, Travis Scott, which Travis Scott, I believe he, uh, obviously, he being with I believe ain't one of his girls is like, well, that girl he was with, it was the Jenner chick, Kylie, if I'm not mistaken. But obviously they're both occultists and such, and body that. But he got the whole like the influence of mixing like the whole like the rock and rap. Like he want to mix like kind of like the whole like when you certain artists they want, all right, open it up, open that up, open up the pit or something like that. Which like pretty much at a breakdown of a certain song and stuff, you'll have the artists they'll do like the heavy metal artists they'll just like you'd be like the drummer did it all right, open this shit up, he's screaming it, and then people get ready, they all hype, they jumping around, and then when the drop go, then like all the moshing goes down and stuff like that, or whatever. But Travis Scott, like he got that from the whole rock shit and stuff, and then like I said, then you got them demons, some spirits. Which, like I said, you go back to that whole what was that, the Astro World thing where they had people die at different days, which is nothing but a zabak or sacrifice that was going down, ritual. Left hand got the CERN and all that, portals being opened and all of that. Yeah, yeah, demons hopped on people and people gave up the spirit. Yeah, some high level spirituals out there and stuff, man. Dude was so hot. And like I said, like I've been at a like a Vans Warp tour where like like pretty much like yeah, I was with a band and such, and they it was so hot even just like being there, like we left, like I pretty much left after the whole event, like the event, or not the whole event, but like after their set, because I came, of course, me being a music, liking music too. I would see certain bands, end up seeing certain bands. They're not like a lot of things. Like I said, a lot of these artists they got two different personalities. What you seeing on TV is not who they really are. Hey, seeing dudes as a complete arsehole and stuff like that. You know, yeah, like just seeing that, man. I can't even remember that band's name, but they came from South Africa. I was listening to them. Came all the way to Jersey. Ended up trying to meet him and stuff. The dude was an arsehole. He thought he was all proud and puffed up. Thought he was better than larger than life. Oh, like, you can't come over here and talk to me. Like on that type of tell. I'm like, man, this dude, you already can feel his energy. Dude was off. But anyway, yeah, they have heavy demons on them in church houses or harlot houses, right? And they play that music. They don't have no wisdom, knowledge, understanding, right? You know, and like when we pipe onto them, and they have not danced, like we give them the words, the truth. Like I said, they don't even want to hear it. Like I said, you had the same words that's being spoken, but obviously the Lord don't have the righteous angels with him. Okay, we got the Lord, the elect, that actually got the righteous angels speaking and communing with him, assisting those that preach the gospel. And then the rest of the elect, they get to hear it, and then they like and listening and following obedience. All right, that's heavy itself. How it's a vibration with the words, and the words coming from certain people. Imagine how it's going to be in the kingdom when we just speak in general. All right, so this is real quick. This is Revelation chapter 14, and uh, this goes into the elect, man. The brother, I know he got that Ezekiel too. The Wah going to midst of the city through Jerusalem, set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abomination that done in the midst of. And that Slaggy, that's a good precept because, and that was Ezekiel 9:4 because it's only the elect that's going to be sighing and crying for abomination, which they going to be giving them prayers up to Yahweh or Yahweh Shai, all right? And the Lord hearing them, and they're being recorded, right? Because, right, you got here, this is Revelation chapter 14. I'm going to bounce around. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the mount of Sion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. All right. And I heard a voice from heaven as a voice of many waters and a voice of great thunder and and I heard a voice of harpers harping with their harps, and they sung as if it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. All right. And we got this truth. All right. Then we give it unto like men that are able to teach, and the like believers of the hopefully elect, they hear. All right. Let me go down. Let me see. Where's the one that say it's another one that I'm looking for? Let me see. Yeah. This is yeah, I'll just keep reading. It says, "These are they which were not defiled with women, different philosophies, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb, Yahushua, whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits." I keep saying that word. First fruits are bak, bakawar, going to first fruits in the Hebrew. All right, unto the power, the Most High, and the Lamb, Yahushua, and in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of the Most High. The water to Yahushua, right? Okay. And it says, And I saw another angel fly in the midst of the gospel, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth. So we got actual angel, right? That that help assist, angels that assist us with preaching the gospel of the elect, all right, of the 144. Okay. It says, um, it says to preach unto them that dwell on earth and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people, right? Because our people are there, all right? Israelites that are in all these different nations, okay? Got the elect scattered abroad and such, okay? Well, yeah, man. And then let me see what he said. So we got truth of the Bible, Yahweh, Yahushai, I will lam, which I will lam is forever. That's why, if you want to say it in the Hebrew, that why, or that's why, all right, Kaya Lama, or Maya, I think Maya is why, right? Or who? No, Maya is who. Damn, Sloggy, I'm going to double check that, all that. Sloggy. It says, I'm tired. It says, that's why E pushed so much demon music on people on TV and other platforms, right? Like, and they make it look very cool and such. Like, like a lot of times when you see like artists and such, they got that whole bohemian look and such. That whole artsy, different from which. If a brother can go look up, if you can go get the definition for bohemian and put that into the comment board, that'd be great. Like pretty much like people will look at like say our style is they'll say we like kind of some bohemian type style type thing, different from different from it's like that's a slip of the tongue, different from most people and such, like more of like unique, different from the whole status quo and such, like me, like I got my wee headband and such, heat bind like most Jake, like looking like as I said, I'm Ephraimite, but Ephraim is a cake that unturned, roughly paraphrase, become looking dark skin and lighter hues and such as skin. But most people would assume I'm like a, from more northern or southern tribes and such, and so-called Negro, West Indian, Haitian and such. But like, you got it where heat bands and such. Most of them think of that just wet heat band, but not with like the these wee tails on the end and such. That'd be like a bohemian look and such. Me walking about with this, having the crystals or the stones and such. That's like regard, like kind of like it'd be bohemian. I'm gonna look at it, which I know there's a negative connotation that can go with it too. Let me see 1 second, because you got like the bohemian groove. 1 second, let me go look at it. Uh, Bohemian. Since the brother didn't get it, I gotta get it. Gypsy Society person, right? Which then I gotta look up gypsy. I know gypsies kind of like they be like wandering and such. Which most of them are Jake too, who lives free in somewhat dissipated life, despising conventionalities and having little regard for social standards. Right, and us like, we really don't deal with this society and such like that. Like this whole fashion of this world, we go to total opposite. So like being artsy and such, like like just look at it, like it's like obviously it's the art of the Most High. Whatever I collected, and do my personality chose to the spirit. Like, all right, this is what I can get, and that, that's all. Um, that's different than the conventionalities. Right, we can go into all the different words for conventional and all of that. All right, but it says also Bohemian meaning a gypsy, resident of Bohemia. So a gypsy transfer sense in a reference of unconventional living. Which, like I said, we live unconventional, different from, the conventional. All right, and I'm gonna look up conventional too. Could probably conventional be like, me see. Which is the nature of an agreement, like you make a covenant, right? Well, we don't got an agreement with this world, right? So meaning you got conventional unite, right? We're against like I said, the whole fashion of this world, right? Meaning the nature of forming or meeting with, of delegates. Let's see what we got. Con, obviously being with together. Veneer means to come. So with to come or to go. And we don't go with the masses, the people of a low class. All right. But yeah, man. Um, yeah, so yeah, artsy. We are the most high's art. You know, we're his creation. You know, each and every individual, why brothers are so unique and such. The nation of Israel being the most unique people on the planet. You know, the Lord made that. You know, made us. I mean, to be unique. So there's people that just marvel on us for just we don't eat donuts or something like that, like stuff like that. At least I'm not trying to eat donuts, no more at least. You know, but yeah. Let me see something. I gotta get the stream back up. Oh, sorry, I get it like this. There's a brother has something. I'm just letting this ride. I'm just letting this ride. So yeah, yeah, Psalms Kingdom Within 144, Psalms 40 and 33. And he hath put a new song in my mouth, even praise of our power. Many shall see it and fear and shall trust in the Lord, and that's going to be the elect. All right. This is John good. John 10 and 27. One of my favorite scriptures. My sheep hear my voice. I know them and they follow me. That's right. Very beautiful precept. You know, they hear the voice. All right. And they follow. You know, like you see a shepherd. Yahshua is the chief shepherd. You see a shepherd. I was watching something with the sheep, with these farmers and such. Uh, the sheep, like he know to come to the shepherd, and it was like I'm like he's not even an animal, like the you know when they bottle feeding this this I'm not sure if you would call that a ewe, like a female sheep or something like that, but she's a baby. He had like the bottled milk, and he was like feeding it and such. Yeah, but they knew like come here, Abigail. He called the sheep Abigail, and Abigail's right there to get it. I'm just like, dang, you know? And it's just like hey, us. We go and get that milk from Yahweh Shai, all right? And the Lord wean us off the milk and we'll get the meat, you know? It says, yeah, man. And we got the lesser shepherds, which are still, of course, important, but obviously all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You got, you got, you know, as I'm going to just let the scripture break it down. This is Jeremiah 23 and 4. And I will set up shepherds over them which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, said the Lord. Right. Lord shall give you pastors according to my whole heart that shall feed you with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, roughly paraphrasing and such. All right. We got these overseers, these shepherds. All right. For the sheep. All right. Or Shah, I think that's in Hebrew. One of the words for it. Yeah, the brother also got definition of bohemianism now is the practice of unconventional lifestyle, often in the company of like-minded people and with few permanent ties. It involves, I'm not sure if we got more, but yeah, like yeah, with few permanent ties. Like if you meet like a loads of different gypsies, like you know, you'll see different people they kind of wonder about. Like you kind of like you gotta watch out for a lot of these different like the actual you know people that be like that because they could be thieves. Like you said, they go about they're a thief or something like that. You don't even know because you know, hey, they go one place and then they're in another place another day or something like that. They just live in an unconventional lifestyle. Most people they live in a house in the neighborhood. People used to seeing that person over and over again. They might talk to that person. They know the whole history of that person. That person lived there 20 years or something like that. Oh, I know his family, have kids, all that. A damn gypsy type person. Yeah, what you are, Jake, that's like that. It's not. It's like I said. We live an unconventional lifestyle too, but you have it where like we have to be wanderers. The scriptures talk about how we gonna be pilgrims. All right, be pilgrims in that day and such. We have no continuous city, so you have a right hand of that too. But yeah, we have it where we live. Um, uh, uh, unconventional lifestyle. But you have it where yeah, we have no permanent ties. Like loads of different gypsies and such. Like you see, like some of them people in the van life and stuff. Somebody have a midlife crisis or something. Even younger kid, they'll go explore the world and such. They'll go have a good experience with some person. Imagine you have a good experience with a person. A lot of times, loads of time, you want to keep that person so you can preserve it. Gypsy a person, they hold on to that and just hold back and just release it. You know, you just like damn. Being indifferent like that. They have few permanent ties. Where most people they try to make these different high tides or covenants with people and stuff. Scriptures say not to pretty much forsake a good a good friend or a good brother or something like that. He's more worth than rubies and such. But yeah, man. But yeah, like going back to that, yeah, like going back to the music, like yeah, a lot of Jake. Like I said, they might see these different artists and such. Such as like a Travis Scott. You see how he do? He trying to have that like that rock. He like I said, they behind the scenes. They definitely hit them different frequencies to get. Because if you hear Travis Scott music, it just make you openly just start bouncing about and such. Right? And like it's like kind of different than the other stuff, in that genre. Well, now it seems like most of them they're trying to kind of follow that thing. They got the auto tune, going and such, but they trying to hit that look. Like you got some of them, like it wasn't common for melanated Jake to be skateboarders and such, and with a skateboard. You know, I can speak from my past and such, but you got these different rappers. They stay automatically into skateboarding and rock culture and try to dress it and all that type of stuff. As I said, the stuff all go to punk rock. All of them are just go. Well, most of them they go back to just Jake. Original as we the former of all things. Jake. Originated that punk rock and all that and all of that house shows and such. You know, a house show like most punk rock, they have house shows and such, and they don't. They just put it out in the scene and such. Those certain individuals. That's a bohemian lifestyle, and it's just like, hey, look how. Remember, you had different synagogues, which is houses. It's like not this, but actually houses, and throughout like Asia Minor, etc. In the ancient world and such, which different apostles would go to and etc. Disciples had and such. You know, hey, it's unconventional, right? You know, yeah, man. So we live a more like I said, unconventional lifestyle. That's in the spirit, man. But yeah, pretty much about the. Oh, so I'm about to just pretty much finish off with this precept. Second Ezra chapter 15, and this is verse 8, and it says, "I will hope." I'll start at verse 6 because we were talking about it a little bit. It says, "This is verse 6, Second Ezra 15 and 6. It says, "For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hopeful works are fulfilled." Right? They say you got wicked music and such that brought influence. Got Jake to do adulteries. Got Jake to even kill themselves. Suicide. When I slash and cut my wrists. Cut my wrists and bite and black my eyes or so. Like you got Hawthorne Heights and Dresden Dolls and like all different type of wicked. Like lyrics and songs and such, and that's some real damn depression lyrics and stuff too, you know. But are darker, you know, things. But you know, hey, we done turned from that, and the Lord has, been our light in the darkness. Now we can see. But it says, therefore, said the Lord, 2 Corinthians 15:7, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things which they wickedly exercise. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood cried unto me, right? Which the innocent and righteous blood, remember the elect of the 144, you got, they're fine with their guile and such, okay? Not defiled with linen, right? That's what it's talking about, right? The elect, all right, cried unto me, and the souls of the just, right, complain continually. The elect, justified by Yahweh Shai, clear from the charge, the water Yahweh Shai, all right, and therefore said the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Okay, beautiful, man. So our Lord hears our cries. All right. There's different precepts and psalms that talk about. I got one. I gotta go find it, man. Basically like giving thanks to the Lord that He hears our prayers and such. You know, but yeah, man. This is Psalms chapter 16:10. It's I'll start at 8. I will set the Lord always before me, because He is at my right hand. I shall not be moved. Therefore my heart is glad, and my glory rejoiceth. My flesh also shall rest in hope, the expectation for the salvation. For thou wilt not leave my soul in Sha'Allah. All right, in this lower state. All right, because this is a hell. All right, the Lord gonna redeem us. Yahweh Ratazah. Neither wilt thou suffer thine Holy One to see corruption. That goes into Yahweh Shai. All right, so call on Yahweh Shem Shai B'Shem Kakudash. All right, it says, thou wilt show me the path of life. In thy presence, in His face, in His fullness of voice. Saki. Thou wilt show me the path of life. In thy presence is fullness of joy. At thy right hand there is pleasures evermore. Man, too much beautiful words. It's just abundance of, like I said, this is the song what you should be reading and getting your spirit upright, the comfort. This is the comfort in our affliction. All right. Say that faith cometh by hearing, and hearing the word of the Most High. We got to be hearing this word constantly, man. Get nourished up, man. I feel revived. I feel revived, man. Which is brought back to life, revive or chayah. All right? Which is life in Hebrew. What do you got? 5, I'm not sure what precept you said, something, but you said 5 and 14. There is confidence. This is the confidence we have in approaching the power, that if we act according, it might be James or something, I'm not sure. But it says that is if we act according to anything according to His will, He hears us. This is because and then the brother said, this is because we are constantly plagued with doubts, wondering if He will, basically like if He gonna hear or He gonna answer whatever, you asking for and such. But we gotta act in faith and such. In court, obviously play like Yahweh Ratazah. If it be thy will, you give me these things, that I seek. Because there's some things you can ask for that you don't need. I pretty much came to the obviously I pray, we know that Isaiah 4:1 will come to pass. Pray, but we want to pray the Lord, give you the discernment to be able to deal with Isaiah 4:1. Because like I said, I living as a brother in the truth. We know that we know that as the scriptures say, better that a man not touch a woman, and we know that when a woman come, basically having being in a relationship like bring trouble in the flesh and such, man. You know, and we know like you could get a chick and the chick try to draw you away from the power because you trying to pretty much appease her different opinions, and such. I pray that the Lord don't lead me to that concupiscences and stuff like that. You know, brother got. Sorry, bro. I try to put it on there, but it's a little messed up. Yeah, it happens. But yeah, man. But in the spirit, that's pretty much it. The lesson. I know I veered off into some other stuff, but hey, man. Call all you but Shemil Shai. It's all in the spirit. So brothers, had to hear some of the different. That's how it be. You watch some of the apostles. You watch all the lessons and stuff. You be like, yo, man, got a topic, and then you'll just veer off in the spirit. Because remember, it's not us that speak; it's the Father in heaven that speak. Roughly paraphrasing. The spirit is like the wind. So it might be going into some. Hey, the brother, he said the lesson says it's about the affliction being heard, but he's talking about mosh pits and Travis Scott. But the spirit led that way, showing you experience and stuff. And my testimony, how you come from that, and it's that double of one against another. The right and the bad and stuff, and how the Lord. Like I said, look how, like I said, I came from death, man. That culture is death. Like I said, some of different bohemian lifestyle, hey, death and stuff. But we got that true unconventional lifestyle. We got a true covenant with Yahweh Shem El Shai. That's what keep us right, the path of life. So call all my Yahweh Shem El Shai, Shem Kadosh. Double honors to the elder apostles, elder bishops, and of course the Aqua, the Brotherhood, the Great Millstone. Sincere Akim that's pushing this truth, outside of Great Millstone that preach the same doctrine as the apostles, elders of Great Millstone. All right. Shalom, of course, to the elect out there where you've been scattered to. Our affliction is heard. Continue to pray and draw nigh to your power. Try to, of course, limit yourself from all this confusion in Babylon of where you've been scattered. What's that? To hear, to see. I've never seen that. To hear, to see. I've never seen that on the page. But yeah, shalom to y'all. And it said, subscribe to the GMS Truth 1. All right, as well, please. Just in case. Because this page, Esau, like I said, he gave me a strike on it. And I was like, yo, why the hell? He gave me a strike on it. But it's because obviously, the page is not in the fashion of his NWO. All right. So me preaching against, Zay, what's his name? Zaya. They came at me on that one. And I'm right. But hey, so Shalom, brother BROTH or Akia. Yeah, his brother, his or YA transliterated. His brother, but yeah, Shalom. Shalom, Kingdom Divide, all y'all just here to see, all the sincere Kingdom Divided, the water, truth of the Bible, Yahweh Shai forever, contributing to the lesson. But y'all right as I do another lesson, every sin. I know I got some on was it like grain going up or something like that. Prices on the eggs, man, eggs up. Limited 2 per customer. They only got a couple on deck, like stuff like that. Crazy. Famine. But this is the time we're in. Shalom. And Bob the Ball. Yeah, they be trying to stop the word, but they can't stop it. That's right. You can't do nothing against the truth before the truth. Shalom.